Hey guys, this is Impact Hall of Famer Gail Kim, and you are watching the Countdown City WrestleCast.
What's up, heels and baby faces? Welcome to another episode of the Countdown City WrestleCast. And first, I'm your host, JC. This is my beautiful wife, Tina.
Hi, guys.
And previously over here, we had Tommy and Mike. And the problem is we just recorded a whole episode for this week, and we forgot to hit the record button on the iPad.
It's going to be great. We both apologize.
It wasn't great, and I do apologize to Mike and Tommy, who make so much of their time to come out here and do this. They've assured me it's okay, but luckily enough, Tina and I are going to hold this down. We got everybody's picks for Double or Nothing. We got everyone's WrestleCast ratings. Follow us on our Twitter account at CCG_WrestleCast. Subscribe to Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast episodes. And if you want to send us issues anonymously, you got an email, ccg.wrestlecast@gmail.com. So today, Tina and I are going to be running down.
We're going to give you also Tommy and Mike's picks because we just went through the whole show. And so this is going to be quick.
This is going to be fun, though. We'll try and make it as fun as it was with these guys here. And it sucks because it was such a great show and we have nothing recorded to show for it. But this happens. It happened to Steve Austin once. He had a whole show with Gabriel Iglesias that just lost footage.
Really?
He did. He had a podcast once that happened. So,
and me and Tommy and Mike were saying, it's kind of funny because we've gone through this almost a whole year of doing this show and we're surprised it didn't happen before. So it happens.
Yeah. So we'll start talking Money in the Bank, the SmackDown Tag Team Championship. All of us got it wrong. There was a bit of confusion on this as to whether or not the SmackDown Tag Team Championship was on the line, but apparently it wasn't. So this was really a proving ground match, and the Usos beating Daniel Bryan and Rowan, and we'll get a future title shot down the line. Although this was just confusing from the start.
It started off with it's a title match, then they're going to get an opportunity for a title match, and then it wasn't a title match, and it was very confusing. It was like a wild card thing, too, because they were on the other show, so it was really weird.
Yeah. Now, that was the only match on the pre-show.
Surprisingly. And
during the pre-show, we saw the women's Money in the Bank briefcase hanging above the ring, so we figured, okay, that match is going to be before the men's. And as it turned out, it was going to open the main show. And we got Naomi coming down as Bumblebee.
That was awesome.
Yes.
Totally awesome.
Which I believe is the first female black comic book character. So, and honestly, the cosplay she came down was perfect. The hair and everything.
Yeah, the hair, everything. It was awesome. She even had the bees, the weapons that she uses. Mm-hmm. My daughter was super excited to see it. She was like, "Oh my God, it's Bumblebee from Superhero Girls!" And we were like, "Yeah."
Now, I had picked Mandy Rose to win, and after we had recorded last week, I had checked Vegas odds, and Mandy Rose was actually the favorite to win. And for a while, it looked like Tommy had a good shot with Nikki Cross getting added because she got replaced Alexa Bliss, who wasn't medically cleared. And Mike and Tina had picked Ember Moon, but we were all wrong, thankfully, with Bayley winning the briefcase. And our daughter Audie was up to see it. She was so excited to see Bayley win. It was pretty awesome.
She was like, "Oh my God, Bayley won!" Yeah, she was super excited.
At one point in the match, though, it did look like Carmella had a serious injury with her knee. Yeah, there you go. Sure. But I guess it worked into the match. Hopefully, it wasn't anything too serious. I don't know if there was like a legit thing that happened with her and Mandy Rose, but they covered it up pretty well and called an audible during the match. They did a good job. So.
Also, there's still some things up in the air with Alexa. We don't know if she's been going through a bunch of concussion protocols. We don't know if she's going to ever wrestle again. There's rumors that she might not wrestle again. There's rumors that she's going to be fine. It's just, we don't know.
Yeah, I hope it's nothing too serious. I hope she's able to wrestle. Well, okay. Either way, she's showcasing a lot of work with her Moment of Bliss show.
Oh my God, that was hilarious.
Which was very entertaining this week. So, yeah.
That was hilarious.
Sadly, we didn't have Corey Graves on commentary for this match just because we wanted to see what he would say about Mandy Rose and Carmella. So.
Yeah, the Moment of Bliss last week was it last week or was it yesterday?
With what? Nikki Cross?
No, with that it was Moment of Bliss yesterday on Monday. It was on Monday and Monday Night Raw, and like she was basically Alexa got put in a 3-on-3 match, and she was like told, "Don't worry, you have to be there and look pretty." And she was like, "Okay." And so she just came down the runway with her
coffee.
and just drank coffee during the whole match. And it was hilarious.
All right, on to the U.S. Championship match, which got cut short at one point because Joe would not stop bleeding, and I guess they called an audible.
Which surprised the heck out of both of them.
And it was a weird finish, too. Mysterio won, but Joe's shoulder was obviously up. They showed that in replays. Joe said as much in a promo the next night on Raw, so leaves the controversy up in the air. Joe did come back down and destroy Mysterio in front of his son Dominic after the match. So
yeah, that was interesting. And if the rumors are true that Dominic's going to be in the ring soon, I guess we'll see what happens.
We'll see. He's bringing
But
up the train, bigger than his dad. Yeah.
Mi gente.
Mysterio,
I was right about that.
Mysterio's first U.S. championship. They've acknowledged him as a Grand Slam champion, even though I thought he was before. But basically, he's winning every belt. Yeah.
I thought he was too. I was like, what?
Then we got a steel cage match: The Miz against Shane. I was the only one getting that correct, picking Shane.
Good match.
Yes, great match. Shane managed to slip out of his shirt to escape, and I think I appreciated this too because a lot of times with cage matches, someone's going to try and escape. Mm-hmm. They get cut to the top, like, okay, they can easily climb over. Somebody comes and just hits them on the back. Oh, I got to climb back in because somebody hit me. And this worked well because Shane managed to make it look like Miz had to pull him back in, whether it was through the door or through the cage. And the psychology of the story was told very, very well.
Yeah.
It really was. So
I think it was funny how Mike said it best during the first taping.
Yeah.
Non-taping. That... No, Shane just fell. I really believe that Shane just fell out of his shirt, and that wasn't the ending. So I'm like, oh, yeah.
Either way, it looked great. So after this match, they did show that Foley was to announce a new title on Raw, and it was hilarious. I tweeted that out from the WrestleCast Twitter and said wrong answers only, and then we got a response that said WWE Minor League Championship, which, as we know now, is the 24/7 Championship, which
kind of not wrong.
It's kind of not wrong. Yeah, there's a bunch of guys on there that are not usually on TV or suddenly getting a chance to be on TV. That's basically what it seems like this belt is for. So,
and shout out to R-Truth, man.
Yep.
He's awesome.
You call it the European Championship.
I was going to say the European Championship. Yeah.
Strowman, we think, leaves Sami Zayn hanging while we see Zayn upside down. Triple H didn't think it's Strowman, tells Strowman to leave.
Which we were doing all kinds of predictions. We're like, oh, it's probably... Maybe it was Strowman. Maybe it was Bray Wyatt. We didn't know.
Yep. But that led into a Cruiserweight Championship match on the main card.
Yay.
Very happy to see this. Tony Nese did defend and successfully defend his title against Arya Daivari. We all picked that correct. But Daivari did showcase a lot of what he can do, even when he came out to Mercedes, too. That was pretty cool. So
yeah, that was.
You need to take that rental back to Enterprise. Now... A sequence that just got a bit crazy. This is all kind of bundled together in one match, it feels like, but it was pretty damn cool.
3 matches in one.
Yep. Raw Women's Championship, Becky Lynch against Lacey Evans. We all were correct in picking Becky Lynch to win. She got that correct. Got the submission with the disarmer.
Yep.
And immediately right after, as Becky was ready to just walk back,
Charlotte's music hit.
And Charlotte comes down and say, hey, let's go. And Mike... Rick did it correctly that Charlotte did win and claim the SmackDown Women's Championship after some interference from Lacey Evans. Yes. And crowd was definitely behind Becky in both matches, but of course it took Lacey Evans to interfere to give Charlotte the win. And Shenanigans, of course. Becky started attacking Lacey Evans, and for whatever weird reason, Charlotte's like, well,
let me help you out.
Let me go help you, stop you from getting your butt whipped.
Yeah, which is weird.
Yeah.
Considering you already have your belt, why do you care about this other woman? I don't know.
Exactly. But Bayley came in to make the save, and at one point...
It was perfect.
It looked like she wasn't going to get a chance to cash in because Charlotte had the upper hand. Becky took Lacey Evans out of the equation, and then Bayley countered a Charlotte spear attempt, put her in the ring post, and then there was the debate. Should I or shouldn't I? Should I or shouldn't I? The crowd just going nuts. This buildup was just perfect. Mm-hmm. And...
You know what? I'm gonna do it.
The reaction, the look is like, all right, let's do this. Get the referee in there. Interestingly enough, usually when they do these cash-ins, the other opponent has to stand up. But Charlotte was still laying down when they rang the bell. But
it's just whatever at that point.
Elbow drop, 1, 2, 3, and Bayley, for the second straight year, the women's Money in the Bank winner cashes in on the same night, and Bayley has become a SmackDown Women's Champion and our
Grand Slam champion.
First WWE Woman Grand Slam champion.
Woo.
Yes.
She became NXT champion, Raw Women's champion, Tag Team champion, and SmackDown champion. She's the only woman to do that.
It's pretty awesome. That is Bayley. So.
Yep, and my daughter's favorite is like I've said.
Yeah.
And my sons now.
She went to bed before that little match, but she woke up a little bit because she wanted to drink water, and we told her what happened. She was so happy, but she was so tired.
Like,
she couldn't really celebrate.
You won. Okay, good night.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was pretty funny.
Pretty awesome to see. We're very happy to see it, and I hope they do something well with this.
So now it's Bailey Blue Belt.
Hashtag Bailey Blue Belts.
Hashtag Becky Red Belt.
And hashtag Lacey No Belts.
And hashtag Charlotte with her 9th title.
Well, yeah, see, okay, fine. So she's won the title 9 times, and the funny thing is there was a couple that was right there front row.
Yeah.
Had a sign that says Charlotte 9 Belts. So they were both Charlotte fans. They put it up on Twitter. Charlotte retweeted it. But right after Bailey won, she managed to just stand on the rail right in front of him and just celebrating. And then you see the woman there like, oh, okay.
She was just like,
yay.
Yeah, sure. Good job. Yeah.
It was cool about her celebration, going into the crowd and celebrating. Just having that crowd behind her was pretty damn cool. So a lot of iconic shots there, and very happy to see that. So
they were saying, one of y'all were saying it was like DDP-esque.
yeah, because every time when he used to go in the crowd and celebrate, and it was pretty awesome.
And you were saying also like in the back that they were actually, because rumors have been going around that the reason that Bailey got this push was because kind of to stick it to Sasha kind of thing. And they even brought up Sasha when they interviewed her when she won. Which
was so awkward.
Which was weird.
Yeah.
And awkward. But you were saying how, like, all these rumors about Sasha, this and that, being mad about losing to the Iconics, but yet she still took a picture with them afterwards. She was crying about it. She was congratulating them. Doesn't make any sense kind of thing. And then they were showing also, like, apparently you said there was video from the back footage, and when Bailey won, like, they were super excited for her.
Yes, they were. The Iconics were there, part of a group of people that were sitting there live, they're watching it live, and so they were live streaming their reaction to Money in the Bank.
Yeah,
that was pretty cool to see. Next, we really got like a weird kind of throwaway match: Roman Reigns against Elias.
It was weird.
Tommy only picking Elias, got it wrong. It was just weird. Elias hits him with a guitar. Roman still goes out there and just beats him quickly. What was the point? You could have put that on the pre-show. It really just didn't make any sense.
The only thing I can think of is they're trying to build it up to a story of some kind.
I guess.
But, yeah.
Now, the Universal Championship, Seth Rollins against AJ
Match
Styles.
Match of the night.
It was. Our Twitter poll was the Yowie Wowie match of the night. 70% picked this one, and this was just wow. Rollins won, retained. Myself, Mike, and Tommy got that correct. But pin after a curb stomp, though at one point when Seth Rollins went for a curb stomp, AJ's reversed it into a Styles Clash, which very reminiscent when he did that through CM Punk when CM Punk tried to hit a Shining Wizard once, which was pretty awesome.
I got this wrong because I am
ride or die with AJ.
Ride or die with AJ. I was also ride or die with The Miz, and he lost too. So,
yeah.
Boo.
Still, it was a pretty great match. It was pretty awesome. You just have to see it to believe it. It was what we expected from this.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Then this was just weird. It had no place here. They brought out Lucha House Party. Said there's going to be it was basically a 6-man tag. And instead, you had Lars Sullivan come out and just beat him up, which
Tommy had a rant about this when we
recorded.
Recorded the first time. And I agree totally with him. It's just like, weirdly enough, you have the guy who was in trouble basically for tweeting and saying things, racial things, racist things, and you find him. We don't know how that's true that they find him. They sent him to apparently some kind of counseling.
I don't know. They said it publicly. You don't even know for sure.
Program or something.
Yeah.
And then they have the most like obvious racist thing possible. Let's bring out 3 Mexican luchadors and have them get beat up by this guy who still doesn't make sense to me, this whole story about him. Like, I know he's supposed to be like this pissed off guy that just beats up people randomly, but
there's no character to him.
But I don't get it. And there's no charisma to the guy either. You already have a big, strong enforcer in Braun Strowman, and you use him wrongly. What makes you think you're going to use him correctly? I just don't get it. Make me get it, because you're taking too freaking long, because I don't get it.
I don't understand it either. It's just the weirdest thing. So this just doesn't make sense. Why are you trying to put this guy over? Nobody cares.
It's just it's a weird. It's also weird because we never heard about this match, and they're like, "Hey, we're gonna just put this guy in there." We're like, "What?"
We got to fill time somehow.
Yeah.
But that got us into a WWE
He did
Championship
apologize
match.
apparently, but I don't.
Yeah, we'll see.
To people in the back, didn't apologize to people publicly, but apparently he apologized to all the workers in the back about what he said.
WWE Championship match. Kofi Kingston defended against Kevin Owens successfully. Tommy, Mike, and Tina got it right picking Kofi. I thought the way things were getting booked, the way Kevin Owens is, this could have gone either way, and I was going with Kevin Owens. And for a while, I mean, for some parts of the match, I thought I might have been correct. So
Yeah.
it was a really awesome match.
Kofi lost his shoes.
Kofi lost his shoes at some point. Yeah, there was so much going on. It was a long day. I even missed that part, so I was like, wow, it was pretty cool. And then the men's Money in the Bank, and this is where it got interesting. So I had picked Sami Zayn. Of course, he got taken out. And they started the match with only 7 people. Very weird. So there were some huge pops for Randy Orton on this night.
Yeah, that was kind of weird to me. In a way. Because not to say anything bad about Randy, but you know, like when we went to the Royal Rumble here in San Antonio, what was it, 2 years ago?
Yeah, 2017.
Yeah, he won the Royal Rumble. People were pissed, and I get it. You know, at the time they wanted other people to win, other people to be in the match, and I get it. But it's so random to me that Randy was the one getting all the cheers when you had people that literally have never won this match before in Drew McIntyre, Ali, Andrade, Ricochet,
who took some insane bumps.
You had so many new talent that you could have showcased by giving them that briefcase, and yet some reason everybody was cheering for Randy, which I'm not mad about because I think he's.
Yeah, I know how you feel.
We all know that he's very easy on the eyes. So, and then Finn taking those like rough bumps.
Finn takes some crazy bumps. We got a lot of yowie wowie chants from the crowd, which was awesome.
Because they were thinking Bray Wyatt was coming out. So
I thought so too, but at one point, finally in the match, Ali's all alone. And of all people, Brock Lesnar's music hits. Why? My thought too is like, you know, Ali's at the top of the ladder. His hands are on the briefcase. Just grab the damn thing. Even when Brock's music hits, what is he going to do? Just grab the briefcase, fall to the ground. Who cares?
So the rumor was that supposedly Ali was told, or people in the back were told that Ali was going to win. And I'm assuming Ali and the guys were told, this is what's going to happen. Ali, you're gonna go up to the ladder. You're gonna look like you're about to win, and then somebody is gonna come out in the 8th entrant, and they're gonna win. We're not gonna tell you who it is, but they're gonna win. And then sure enough, it was Brock Lesnar, and I just wanted to like turn the TV off at that point.
Yeah,
I was just like, great,
it's just
go again.
Let's be honest here. I mean, Randy's face says it all. I'll put the picture up here. When he saw that Brock won, he's like, "We just killed ourselves in this match," and then all you did was just come out and climb a ladder. Which, as Ali said in a tweet, "Oh, Brock climbing a ladder is the most wrestling he's done all year." He's not wrong. It doesn't make any sense. These guys are killing themselves, and it's lo and behold, this is really a metaphor of things. Yes, I'll put that up as well. What is it? What is it about this guy? Why does he need the briefcase? He doesn't need it. And honestly, I feel like it's a kick in the face to some of the other people that were in that match.
There was a picture of Randy.
Yeah, as I mentioned there. It's a kick in the face. Everyone else that was in that match is like, you're basically telling your talent, no, none of you guys are worthy of this briefcase, so I'm just going to put on this guy. He's a special attraction. He's never here. He's part-time. What's the point? It makes no sense to us.
And we were talking about this too. Is like, you know how people say like a reaction, any reaction is a good reaction, whether it's bad or good. But it's getting to the point where you get a reaction from people because of Brock, because yes, he's, a big traction and stuff. So I'm sure people are booing because they don't like him. But they'll still go and see him and want to, see it, the show. But there's a lot of people now that are just like, can we just get rid of this guy already? Like, they boo him because they legitimately don't want him here anymore.
Yeah. I'm hoping his retirement is you basically have the locker room come out and just beat him down. And then you can have Matt Riddle be the one who retires him.
A lumberjack match where he can't get out of the ring, because if he gets out of the ring, they're going to beat the crap out of him. Now,
there was a funny picture here, and you're welcome to, if you want to pull that up, you're welcome to comment here what you think. I'll let you go ahead and read it.
So, which one is the most annoying that makes you turn off the TV? Baron Corbin, Brock Lesnar, Charlotte Flair, Shane McMahon, Stephanie McMahon, and Nia Jax. I have no idea why Nia Jax is in this, but
I don't know either.
To me, she's not that annoying, but that's just me.
Collectively, when we quote unquote recorded this, Mike, as we know, says Stephanie McMahon. He's just annoyed when she's on TV.
She's on TV. She's gonna start the show or something. He's like, I'll turn the TV off for like 20 minutes and then I'll come back.
And she's still on the promo.
Yeah, and he just does not like her.
All of us said this here was just Brock Lesnar, and for me, it's just he doesn't need to be there. His time is done. You know, be a special attraction, come do a special match. There's no reason you should be on the title picture. It's taken away from everybody else. So. And
there's a lot of people that come back just for 1 or 2 matches, but that doesn't necessarily mean they get a title match. You know. Yeah. You know, like Cena. Sometimes The Rock, they don't win. You know, he doesn't win. Undertaker, prime example. He never goes for a title. He just comes for attraction. Yeah. 1 match.
Special matches. Yeah.
And yet for this guy, they're like, we're gonna give him title shot. No.
Makes no sense. Yeah. So as for our pick results on the show, Tommy went 4-7, Tina and myself went 5-6, and Mike went 7-4. And then our WrestleCast ratings: 0 to 5 being WrestleMania 17, 0 being December to Dismember. And yes, when I said it earlier, Tommy did laugh.
I'm gonna chuckle for Tommy.
Tommy did laugh.
Tommy was like.
As far as the ratings, Tommy did give it a 3.0. He was pretty upset with the ending, and a pretty tough critic on it as well.
He was very upset about Brock.
Yeah, he was.
As soon as Brock showed up, he was like, forget it.
Yeah. Tina, we want to give you a rating?
Mine was a 4.25, and I gave it that mainly because it was a good match to begin with. Match pay-per-view to begin with. When having Bayley win the Women in the Bank, Money in the Bank, Women in the Bank, Money in the Bank, was a big shocker to me. I did not expect her to win, mainly because all the rumors going around about her and Sasha and stuff. So I thought maybe like WWE's like, I'm not gonna make you win. And so when she won, I was super excited and happy, to the point where we were saying that we were watching it upstairs on our TV, and the kids were asleep, but they could hear us. So we put her headphones on from our PS4 controllers, and we were like, "Oh my god, yeah!" Like we're trying not to like yell and scream.
That was a fun night.
Yeah, that was. And then having some of the other matches were really good, like Seth Rollins and AJ Styles, Kofi and Kevin. What else? I'm trying to think. There were some other really good matches.
Steel cage, Shane and Miz.
That steel cage match was awesome. But there were some matches that were just kind of like, what? Like the Roman Reigns, Elias match, the Rey Mysterio and Samoa Joe. I feel like that would have been a great match if they didn't like shorten it. And then the random, having the Lucha Party get like stomped by that guy randomly. It was weird. And then the men's Money in the Bank was actually really, really good until Brock showed up. It was a really good match, and then Brock showed up, and I was literally like probably like Tommy. I was like, I want to turn it off. Like I was like, oh great, here we go again. Because of that, I gave it a 4.25. I'm not as tough a critic as Tommy was, because Tommy said that as soon as he saw Brock, he was just like,
Tommy was more upset than anything.
Forget it. Like I just can't.
I also was there, go right with her with you, 4.25. All the same reasons you said, and I'm even throwing in the Lars Sullivan thing that just was out of place. The Roman Elias match was a waste. It was just like, there's just little things here and there. Why was Samoa Joe's match cut short? I get the bleeding thing, but come on, get over it.
Yeah,
it happens.
Oh, and then Bayley cashing in was awesome too.
Yeah, there was a lot of high points of this show. This was a really good pay-per-view. Just a few outliers just brought it well short of being a 5. Yeah. Now I won't even crap on the men's Money in the Bank, because that match up until the very, very end was awesome. Yeah. And it's still an awesome match if you just cut the ending out. Honestly, you can just have Ali climbing the ladder and then just fade to black, and that'd still be a great match. But I'm also giving it a 4.25. Mike also piggybacked with us as well, gave it a 4.25 as well for the same reason. So that did bring our overall WrestleCast rating to 3.9375. Not too shabby, but Tommy brought the curve down a little bit. So yeah, it happens.
But it's understandable. There's a lot of people that feel the same way Tommy does. As soon as they saw Brock, they were like,
so from
a lot of people have been saying online that they want to like get rid of their what do you call it?
WWE Network.
Their network, because
that's an idle threat until you actually do it. No.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, a lot of people are upset about that. Because they're like, finally got rid of this guy, and then he shows back up.
Yeah, but let's face it, you're gonna get rid of your $10 a month pay-per-view thing. No, I mean, sorry, it's still a great deal. There's still so many great deals in the pay-per-view, so you can't pass that up.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap.
Now, on from Money in the Bank to a pay-per-view that arguably has been one of the most anticipated pay-per-views of the year. All Elite Wrestling's debut pay-per-view, Double or Nothing. Ever since this was announced beginning of the year, this has just been talked about. Yeah, we got the dealer over here. Got some chips here. Ready to make some money. Now, there's 2 matches on the pre-show, which has been appropriately called the buy-in. First one is Kip Sabian versus Sammy Guevara. Sammy, of course, I'll just say it right now. Tommy and Mike picked Bieber, a.k.a. Sammy Guevara, because when he wrestled here locally in the Independence, he came out to Baby by Justin Bieber, and that's all anyone would call him was Bieber.
And he looked like him.
He did look like him. Still kind of does.
He looked like he was 12.
He still looks 12.
I'm 16.
Yeah. So Mike and Tommy went with Sammy Guevara. I'm going with Kip Sabian for another reason. Sammy, as talented as he is, he's a bit of an idiot online sometimes, and he still doesn't apologize for something he said years ago after the passing of a good friend of their Geekcast and a good friend of the River City Wrestling. Of course, I'm talking about the famous Aquaman, the local Comic-Con guy. And until he does, I really can't take the guy seriously. I can't give him a whole lot of props. So, Tina, your pick?
Same as Kip. I don't even know who Kip is.
Well, Sabian, and not just that. Kip Sabian is a big talent.
I think I do know
he's
him because he sounds familiar, but
he's up and coming. So,
but that's also the other reason. I just it was more of like morale or morally. Like I just feel like that's my pick, and I feel like they're probably gonna build him up to be this big thing, Sammy. But I'm hoping he matured since then. I hope so too. Obviously, we haven't had time to like see him wrestle or anything, and I know he was an amazing wrestler when we first saw him. And so I have nothing to get away from that, but it's kind of one of those things where,
Yep. Now next we have the 21-man Casino Battle Royale. The winner of this match is getting a future AEW World Championship match. So if you're not familiar with this is kind of a new type of Battle Royale. Basically, 5 people are going to start in the ring. And every 3 minutes, 5 more people will join. And after 20 people in the ring, after 3 minutes, the final person, lucky number 21, will join the match. Over the top Battle Royal, winner gets a shot at a future AEW World Championship match. Mike, we had a list of names here. Some notable ones that are showing up here. Glacier. Yes, Glacier. Brian Pillman Jr., Billy Gunn, WWE Hall of Famer Billy Gunn, Jungle Boy, Luke Perry's son, by the way. And, of course, recently announced, most recent one is Perfection Sean Spears, a.k.a. the former Ty Dillinger of WWE fame. Mike has gone with Sonny Kiss, kind of out in left field. Tommy's going with MJF, which I think is a really good pick. That guy's just drawing some great heat, honestly. Really great heat in the independents. And then Tina and I,
we decided to go with Sean Spears, Perfection.
Wearing the shirt, which got on clearance for $10.
Yeah, and I didn't. That's ironic.
Yes.
And I have a shirt of his. I think it was actually his first one, and it says on the back, "Numbers don't lie."
Yes.
And being that I'm a math teacher, I had to buy it.
I always got a soft spot in my heart for him, especially because we were at Royal Rumble 2017.
Hashtag math.
Hashtag math, yes. And 2017 Royal Rumble, we were talking, oh man, Ty Dillinger's got to come out. He's got to be number 10.
And we were there.
And people were starting the 10 chants when number 9 had already come out. We were just waiting. So it was a pretty awesome moment to be there.
Yeah, it was.
Now on to the main card. On to the main card. The best friends, Chuck Taylor and Trent Beretta against Angelico and Jack Evans. So there's a funny little sequence that happened here. First of all,
who did I pick? Okay.
Mike and I picked best friends, and Tina was about to make a pick, but she decided to let Tommy pick first, just to see what his pick was.
I said, I don't know any of these people, so let's see what Tommy says.
So Tommy,
and then
Angelico and Jack Evans.
And I was like, mi gente.
Yeah.
I'm assuming. Yeah.
So then we got into a match that Tina's a pretty big expert on. So we had a 6-woman tag match here. Asha Kong, Yuka Sagasaki.
It was a tough choice.
Emi Sakura against Hikaru Shida, Riho Abe, and Ryo Mizunami.
It was a hard pick. I could not decide, so I had Tommy go first.
And Tommy just basically broke down here. You know what? I've really seen these talents. I've seen these women wrestle men before doing something well. Tina was agreeing with everything that he was saying.
I'm like, yes, of course. Mm-hmm.
So Tommy went with...
I totally agree.
So Tommy went with Shida, Riho, and Mizunami.
And I was like, same.
Yeah.
Wow. You read my mind. Yeah.
Me too as well. Those names are a bit more familiar to me. I'm not too familiar with some of the other ones, although Mike Lone Wolf did and went with Kong, Sakazaki, and Sakura. So those are our picks for that match. And then a triple threat match. This one, pretty anticipated for me ever since it was announced. Kylie Ray against Nyla Rose against Britt Baker. Dr. Britt Baker, excuse me. Famously, of course, is they're pretty open online about it, dating Adam Cole, baby. But I'm going with Nyla Rose on this one. I think she really is the future of this division. They're really going to build something around her. She's just a big monster. She's a beast, and I think she's going to really take it to Ray and Britt Baker.
And I believe
You went with the doctor.
I believe the rest of us we went with Dr.
Yes,
Baker.
the rest of you guys all went with Dr.
Mainly
Britt
because
Baker.
it's the only person I knew, but also because I have seen her wrestle and she's pretty damn good. So
Yep.
I'm going with Dr. Britt Baker, and the boys are too.
Yeah, they are. So next we have a 6-man tag match. SoCal Uncensored. Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian, Scorpio Sky going against the Strong Hearts from Oriental Wrestling Entertainment, Seema, T-Hawk, and El Lindemann. Tina, I think you know who you're going with. Yep. SCU.
I'm just
Always.
gonna say, if you don't know what that means, then
Yeah.
I would Google Christopher Daniels.
Mike, Tommy, and I are going with the newcomers from OWE. There were not many of us are familiar with their work. They're a wrestling promotion out of China, and them being brought in with AEW has been a bit of a surprise. But I think that unfamiliarity is really going to play a role into how well they're going to do. I think they're going to surprise people. They're going to have the fans cheering for them, and they're going to surprise SCU in the match. So I think that's why all three of us are going with the Strong Hearts. So
And then I went like this to all of them.
yeah.
That's all.
And now, Alpha versus Omega 2. Chris Jericho against Kenny Omega. And Tommy went with Jericho, thinking that since Omega had already won the previous matchup. Tina?
I did. I also went with Jericho, and no, I didn't go after Tommy.
Okay.
I picked Jericho mainly in the sense you want to build up AEW with someone who as a competitive thing to WWE, and what better way to build up AEW than have a WWE former champion who also created, I believe, Money in the Bank?
He did. He was a mastermind of Money in the Bank. Mhm.
So why not have him win this match and start up AEW as one of the top dogs? So that's why I picked Jericho.
And
Nothing against Kenny Omega, he's amazing, but
Mike and I, knowing what we know about a rumored match,
Alpha.
about some rumored plans that they had in place before that kind of got messed up. Wins and losses do count. They made a point to say that in AEW. And Mike and I are going with Kenny Omega. I think they're really going to be pushing him to be the big star on the American side. I think he's got enough star power that they can bring him in as the big talent. So then Kenny Omega is that person. So
I don't disagree with that either.
Yeah.
Me and Tommy were just this could literally go either way.
it really could. And speaking of a match that can go either way, Cody versus Dustin, a match that should have happened on WWE years ago. They really had something built up. This could have been a great WrestleMania match. Yep, Tina, you and Mike went with
Cody. What better way to pass the torch on? And it's also very it was also very tough decision for both of us because we were just this could literally go either way. And but we think that if you want to if Dustin's getting to the point where he's not going to wrestle anymore or retire, then this would be a good way to pass the torch kind of thing to his little brother.
And Tommy and I were in the mindset that, now that Dustin's not in WWE, now that he's not Goldust, that gimmick's been retired. And he, honestly, when he's allowed to wrestle and not just run gimmicks, dude can work.
Yeah.
We've seen him live. And Tommy and I are under the impression that despite Cody saying that this is his attempt to kill the Attitude Era, Dustin's going to surprise his brother and pull out the win here. And I think Dustin still has a lot of miles left in his wrestling legs. And I think this is going to be a great match for him to showcase what he's still able to do. And for me personally, I think this is going to be some sort of trilogy. I think Dustin's going to win here, probably lose at the next event to Cody, and then they're going to settle it. I'm just going to call it All In 2 right now. That's supposed to happen Labor Day weekend as well. I think it's going to be an amazing show. So now, a match that was up until last week still scheduled to happen. Adam Hangman Page versus Pac. And then the whole creative differences thing. If they had the match at a UK promotion, I think it's called WrestleGate, and it was just put up on AEW social media. You can check it on the YouTube channel. Great match with a DQ finish, but Pac basically proceeded to beat up Paige afterward and says, I really only wanted this match to beat you up. And now that I've done that, I'm not going to Vegas and I'm not going to AEW. As far as the creative differences that have been reported, Pac basically is the Dragon Gate champion. He's a top champion there. And, he wants to protect that. These guys gave him a start. They made him big before he was known as Neville in WWE. So I can understand that. So I'm hearing reports either way. Paige is still having a match. He's not having a match. We're going to go ahead and pick this one as if he's going to have a match. We just don't know against who. And this is where I'm coming up and saying that Jon Moxley is going to be his surprise opponent. Now, up until the cancellation of this match, I really thought Moxley was going to be a surprise entrant in the Casino Battle Royal and probably win it, since that would give him a championship match down the line. But this opened up, and I think you could really showcase Moxley against Paige. It would be an awesome match. So I'm going with Jon Moxley on that. Tina?
And then us three guys, we jumped on the bandwagon.
Yes. For once, they're copying me. It was kind of nice.
Yeah. So we actually talked about this the other night, and I was like, that's a good, cool idea. And it totally makes sense. So I totally agree with him. And then Mike was like, I didn't think about that. And Tommy's like, wow, I didn't think about that either. I'm going to do the same. Tommy did say whoever does take up this match, he doesn't necessarily think it might be Moxley. But if it is, he believes that whoever takes up that match is going to win.
Yeah. Also, too, I mean, it's understandable with Paige. He's probably be selling the leg injury that he has from the match with Pac. So, and then the only championship on the line here is the AAA Tag Team Championship. The Young Bucks defending against the Lucha Bros.
I lone wolf it.
Yes, Tina went with the Young Bucks. Mike, Tommy, and I going with the Lucha Bros.
Yeah, and I got told like, "What the heck, mi gente?" And I'm like, well, "I don't know these gente."
You do. But
kind of,
yeah. I mean, they're in Impact. They just dropped the Impact Tag Team Championship.
They wrestle LAX and they beat LAX. I don't like them.
Okay, but I think the Lucha Bros are going to win. I think Mike and Tommy also agree. They like the next up and coming tag team. They're pretty much over anywhere, and they're going to be running back and forth between AAA and AEW.
I just want to see a super kick party.
I think we'll definitely get a super kick party at this show. So
yeah.
So those are our picks for AEW Double or Nothing. Let us know what your picks are. Let us know in the comments below. Send us a tweet and let us know your thoughts on the show. We will be recapping it on next week's WrestleCast.
Hopefully we will hit record.
I will remember to hit the record button next time. I swear to God, I'll be checking that 10 times from now on.
Is it recording?
It should be recording now.
It's going? Oh, yeah, it's going.
Yes.
It's going.
Before we get into our 1 minute warning, we do want to offer our condolences to the families of Silver King. We'll start with Silver King, a.k.a. Ramses from Nacho Libre.
Ramses.
Yeah.
Ramses is the best. Right? Was it?
Ramses is not dancing. He does not dance at the party. It was just a legend outside of the movies. The Silver King in Mexico, Japan, all over. Was in WCW as well for a time. One of the first wrestlers that Bischoff, in his ever-ending quest to unmask every luchador that came through the doors of WCW, unmasked him as well. But he was still a popular star. Passed away so soon, 51 years old. Reports are that he had a heart attack in the ring. Please, if you have a video of it, please don't share it. That's just not in good taste.
No.
That's not something the families want to see. So, rest in peace, Silver King. Rest in peace, Ramses. That Nacho Libre movie, you were a big part of why that movie was so great of a wrestling movie. The whole thing was in kayfabe the entire time, which was awesome.
Most underrated movie probably ever.
Yes.
Well, not ever, but there's probably more other ones that are underrated. But yeah, it's a very underrated movie. It's hilarious.
Some other news we heard that Ric Flair had gone to the hospital. Thankfully, it wasn't as serious as initially reported. He did have surgery and
Kicked
recovered.
Kicked out
at 2 again. But unfortunately, his scheduled appearance at StarCast this weekend to the roast of Ric Flair had to be, I guess, canceled, possibly postponed on a future StarCast. Yeah. He's not healthy enough to travel after a surgery. So thankfully, he's okay. He's recovering. Not too bad. But
he's all woo, woo.
But unfortunately, the same day that news broke, we got news that Ashley Massaro passed away 10 days before her 40th birthday. This was just a complete shock. Out of nowhere, and unfortunately, they have confirmed that it was a suicide. Had been dealing with bouts of depression. Which so much has been made to recently. I think everybody remembers Robin Williams, him suddenly passing due to bouts of depression. AJ Mendez Brooks, aka AJ Lee, wrote in her book a lot about how she's dealt with mental health issues.
Yeah, if you haven't gotten that book, you need to get it. Crazy is my superpower.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
She's posted recently on Twitter about getting help with mental health issues. Her husband CM Punk as well, so I'll follow that as well. If you're suffering depression, anything out there, please get help. There's always somebody to talk to. Whether you call a hotline, go see a psychiatrist, counselor, talk to family and friends. Please don't be afraid to speak to anybody about it. There's always somebody to listen to it, somebody that will want to hear your story and help you cope. It's always good to get that out there.
Yes.
Now, as far as Ashley Massaro's depression, I don't know if it stems from this. I don't know if this is true. A lot has been made out recently since she passed away about a class action lawsuit that she joined against WWE. And an affidavit on there where she has basically publicly accused WWE of covering up a rape allegation from when she did a tribute to the Troop show, where she was in essence got to the doctors, felt a little I guess dehydrated. I don't know what exactly it was, and is claiming that some doctors drugged her and raped her while she was there. And when she went to Vince McMahon about the story, him and other executives basically told her not to go public with it. Would ruin our image and our relationship with the military. I don't know if that's true. There's accusations out there now.
I have no idea.
I'm not a lawyer. I'm not going to say he did this or did that. I've always been a believer, innocent until proven guilty. I've always said that. But if it is, and I know this will never happen, but if it is, Vince McMahon definitely needs to resign.
Ain't gonna happen.
I can chuckle at that now. Yeah, people will chuckle at that like, okay, you're crazy. That'll never happen. It has to happen if it's true. You can't do that. You just can't in this day and age, especially as a father of a daughter. It's horrible for you to do that. If you're out there, and if the story like this if you've been a victim of rape and sexual assault, please tell somebody. Please go public with it. Don't be afraid of what the repercussions are going to be. I know it's not always easy for me to say. I'm not a woman. I get that. But getting that word out gets creeps like that off the street.
Yes.
Doesn't matter how powerful they
It's
are.
hard for anyone to admit to something because sometimes they feel like you're the ones to blame, but it's not your fault.
It never is.
It never is.
No. And
Just know that.
I would hope that what's shocking to me about Ashley too is just the outpouring of support too. How happy-go-lucky she was. I remember when she won I think it was the second Diva search, and she was not the typical diva, the look, all that. She had piercings. She had piercings of the punk girl, but it was still awesome to see. It was still attractive to a lot of guys out there. And when she walked out in the ring, she just had a smile on her face that would just brighten up everything on TV, and it was pretty awesome. Some people sharing memories of it, sharing pictures of them with Ashley.
The Miz put up about how his first Miz TV was his first guest was actually her.
Oh yeah, that's right.
He put a video up of his very first Miz TV with his Misfits.
Misfits.
Which I was like, whoa.
That crazy haircut and stuff.
The faux hawk or the mohawk thing that he had. Yeah. I was like, wow. I didn't even realize. But yeah, he said he was really nervous about doing it. And she basically put him at ease with her cheery,
That says a lot. People have a lot of nothing but positive things to say about her. So
yeah.
Again, talk to somebody if you're dealing with depression. There's always somebody out there. Send us a tweet. We'll talk to you.
Yeah.
All right. On to our 1 minute warning. I know you didn't have much to say. I don't know if you have anything to say now.
I'm probably just going to say what Mike said for his 1 minute warning. I'll just
Do you want to
go
go
off
first?
it. Sure.
Yeah. All right. Ready?
So
Go.
Mike was talking about how they had that 24 after Money in the Bank off Becky Lynch, and saying how it was pretty awesome to see background on how before she was the man and building it up to WrestleMania, the match, the triple threat match, and how at one point she did have the WrestleMania match. Was it 32?
Yeah, we were there.
We were there, and she had the match with Sasha and Charlotte, and of course Charlotte ended up winning by making her tap. And the next year they were at some kind of convention or something, and Mattel had come out and said, we're gonna make dolls to commemorate that triple threat match, or that, they didn't say triple threat match, but they said that WrestleMania match 32, and lo and behold, they come out with the dolls, and it's only Sasha and Charlotte. Like, they completely forgot about her, and she was pissed, and she's like, I didn't say anything, and I probably should have. there's a lot of things that said that, you know, after she filmed the Marine movie, that she got a lot of advice from probably the Miz and Shawn Michaels, saying, you know, you need to go out there and just be you and do you, and you know, if things piss you off, just tell them straight up, you know. And that apparently worked for her, and it's a really good little like documentary kind of thing about it. It's, if you haven't seen it, it was right after Money in the Bank, but if you haven't seen it, go on the WWE Network, and I definitely recommend you watching it.
Yep, it was really good.
Sorry, I went over,
No,
but
it's
I
all
was basically talking for Mike and me.
Yeah. All right. For mine, I just want to say good luck to everybody involved at All Elite Wrestling. I know this has been in the works for a while. It's been such an anticipated show, especially with Double or Nothing this weekend. And of course, you guys recently announced your TV deal with TNT, and I'm so looking forward to it coming out this fall. Most likely on Tuesdays, because SmackDown will be moving to Fridays on Fox. So it's cool to see wrestling again. It's cool to see competition again. But to everybody involved in AEW, whether it's wrestlers, promoters, executives, owners, and fans, I stress, please be patient. There's going to be hiccups on the way, especially early on. It's never going to go perfect to start. You may not pull the ratings you want. You may not get the buys you want. I don't see how you wouldn't. You sold out in less than 30 minutes again. But the fans will come. The fans will take notice as long as you keep giving us great storylines. Be patient. The success will come. And don't be another WWE. Be you. Be who you are. Good luck to everybody at AEW, and we're very much looking forward to this.
Did Tommy say anything?
You did, but I can't remember.
Me neither.
I wasn't listening. Sorry, Tommy.
I was trying to remember what he talked about.
Yeah. Before we get going, I do want to send a congrats to Bray Wyatt and JoJo, the birth of their son, Nash 6 Rotunda. Was born early. There were some complications, but thankfully mother and child are healthy and doing good. Yes.
There was a little bit of a scare with JoJo, but she's okay, and the baby's healthy, and everything's good.
Yes. As parents ourselves, good luck, you guys. Enjoy the ride. It's a blast. You know, not always easy. Sometimes some long days, but it's something a lot of fun. So.
Well, Bray knows.
Yeah.
Bray knows.
Bray knows. Yes,
His
of
other
course.
kids.
So this weekend, AEW on Saturday pay-per-view. It's actually kind of nice. Saturday in the park. I think it was the 4th of July. Well, it's actually May 25th. Saturday, May 25th at 7 p.m. Central Time. The buy-in pre-show is at 6 p.m. on AEW social media channels. You can check their Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Most likely YouTube will be the best way to find it. Mm-hmm. It is going to be from the MGM Grand Garden Arena in Las Vegas, Nevada. Here in the U.S. and Canada on pay-per-view and Bleacher Report Live for $50. And it is available internationally on Fight TV as well. I think there's also a UK deal out there. I don't have the details here as well, but you guys can look that up if you're in the UK and watching this. And if you are, pretty awesome. Thanks for watching. Send us your thoughts on AEW Double or Nothing to our Twitter account.
Are you excited? Are you not excited? I don't know.
How can you not be excited? This is going to be a great show. CCG_WrestleCast, our Twitter account. Subscribe to the Countdown City Geeks YouTube channel for more WrestleCast episodes. Check out some of our older episodes, our interviews. And comment, let us know your predictions as well. So,
second bottle of water because we recorded twice.
Next week, recorded. Emphasis on recorded. Next week, we're going to be recapping Double or Nothing and then previewing another Saturday pay-per-view, NXT TakeOver 25. 2 great Saturdays of wrestling in a row, so it's going to be a lot of fun.
And I already told Tommy that he is probably, I'm going to say this with utmost confident, that he's probably going to give this a ranking of 3 or higher. It's not going to be.
I think you said like, 4.75, or that was Mike.
No, that was Mike.
It was Mike.
Mike said, I'm already going to give it a 4.75. And I'm like, you're probably not wrong.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll see what happens.
Oh, man. So, well, this happens. We get to do this second time. This was a lot shorter, and unfortunately, there's just a lost podcast.
So you get a short podcast or
yes,
video cast.
There's a lost video cast that will only stick in the minds of myself, Tina, Tommy, and Mike.
Sad.
So thank you again for Tommy and Mike for coming out here, giving your time. I promise we're going to make sure everything is recording from now on. You guys are going to be shit about it, I'm pretty sure.
Well, not only that, I'm tired.
Yeah, I know. Over here, we got my beautiful wife, Tina.
Bye, guys.
And I'm JC. And as always, heels and baby faces, remember, pro wrestling is real. People are fake. Latest.
So if you want to subscribe to the channel, click right here.
And if you want to watch more WrestleCast videos, I got 3 words for you. Click right here.